Question: what camera angles should you use for YouTube videos and Twitch streams? In this video, I'm going to help you learn a quick tutorial which will help you to shoot those better videos on YouTube and Twitch. Now, by the end of this tutorial, you'll better understand cinematography, visual storytelling, and camera angles. You will also understand how they have the power to really turn your filmmaking into something great. Okay, so we have two questions that we need to answer. First of all, why? And second of all, what is the benefit of using different camera angles on YouTube and on your Twitch streams? Put simply, using different camera angles gives your viewers multiple perspectives about what they're looking at, and it helps them to feel more connected to that. It also helps to convey different emotions in your video and your stream. And finally, and probably most importantly, using different angles makes editing a lot more easier to create variance in your video and in your live stream. So let's have a look. So for the very first example in this video, we're going to use the most commonly used shot type and angle that you'll see in any YouTube video, stream or TV show that you've ever watched. And that's the close-up shot. Generally speaking, creators use close-up shots to bring the viewer's focus to a specific subject, which is oftentimes a person's face. In your YouTube video or your stream, this type of shot is great for conveying emotion and eliciting a corresponding response from the viewer. Viewers often take their cues from the subject of a close-up shot. For example, if the subject is a person who appears to be vulnerable or distressed, viewers will respond differently than if the person makes a humorous facial expression or a smile. One type of close-up often evokes a feeling of sympathy, while the other is intended to make viewers laugh. An intensified version of the close-up shot is the extreme close-up shot, which can simulate a feeling of chaos in high action scenes and is often used to bring the viewer closer to the action and get them more involved. Next up, we have the establishing shot. Establishing shots are commonly characterized as wide introductory views of a specific location anywhere around the world. This type of shot can be used as a lead-in to a new setting right before the action begins in your video. You as a creator can even show the passing of time through subtle or not so subtle changes in scenery. For example, if you're a travel vlogger, you might include a new establishing shot in the opening of each of your YouTube videos to set the scene for where you currently are or where you have been in the past. Next up, we have the extreme wide shot. Extreme wide shots emphasize location has far more significance than the subject or person in view in your video. The camera is placed at a distance to achieve this type of perspective. Oftentimes, this shot is intended to overwhelm the viewer's senses by inciting feelings of dread, isolation, or solitude. However, extreme wide shots can also have the opposite effect on viewers. An expansive view of a natural setting may fill the viewer with a feeling of profound stillness, comfort, and tranquility, and they really do bring an extra cinematic feeling to your videos, so they should be used if possible. Now we have what is probably the most common shot that you will see in any TV show, movie, YouTube video that you've ever seen, and that's the medium shot. As with close-up shots, a person's proximity to the camera can impact the emotional intensity of a viewer's response. When talking conversationally to viewers, YouTubers often use medium shots to put themselves at a comfortable distance from the camera and the viewer. With a medium shot, a person and their surroundings are both visible within the frame, and generally this type of shot emphasizes the person or subject in view rather than the setting itself. So as we can see here, for collaborations with other YouTubers, you might use a medium long shot instead to widen the frame and bring in other people that are involved within the scene. Now we have the overhead shot. Personally speaking, this is probably my favorite type of shot that you will see in any video. It brings a real cinematic feel to it, really kind of changes up the perspective and the pacing of the video. To achieve an overhead shot, the camera is obviously angled downward and physically distanced from the person or subject in view. As a result, viewers may also feel distance from what is happening in the video itself. The main difference between overhead shots and aerial shots is the amount of distance between the camera and the subject. Aerial shots in general are captured at extreme heights, but this isn't necessarily the case for overhead shots. Either way, if you can, you should include an overhead shot or angle in your video. Last but not least, we have what I personally feel is the most interesting type of shot that you could include in your video. It brings a real cinematic flavour to whatever you're shooting, and that's the tracking shot. With tracking shots, videographers move the camera towards or sometimes even away from the subject or person in view. Generally speaking, you might use a tracking shot in your YouTube video or your stream to lead viewers' eyes closer to something or someone of significance. However, if you're a travel vlogger, that camera movement might even track towards a famous landmark or attraction. Because the camera often moves towards a focal point, multiple types of shot are technically required to create a tracking shot. So there is a little bit of extra work, but the payoff in your video is really, really worth it. So there we have it. There's 6 basic camera angles and shot types that will really help your video or your Twitch stream look like the pros. Just simply remember, every creative decision throughout planning, filming and post-production is deliberately made to improve the quality of your video's final form. YouTubers and Twitch streamers can both enhance the cinematic appearance of their videos by matching the right camera shot to the desired effect. And just remember this, if you don't have the equipment to capture the type of shot that you want, that's not a problem. All you have to do is simply use stock video and put that into your video or your stream, just the way I did in this one. So I hope you found that helpful, and until next time, I'm Teknik and I'll see you again.